So this is a popular topic that we're going to talk about today. And it's sad, I know. It's sad that this is a popular topic. But it's a sad world. I mean, there's kids starving to death in Africa right now as we speak. There's people who just lost a load of money in cryptocurrency. It's a sad world. So, we're going to talk about why women specifically today are cheating on their close to perfect boyfriends who seemingly do everything right. We have all been there before. Now, I personally have never been cheated on, but we've all been the boyfriend before that did everything right and it still does not work out. So, why does this happen? Why do so many women cheat on their perfect boyfriend that they were literally attracted to? He's literally a masculine man. He's literally successful. He literally does everything for her. Why? Why does this happen? Why? It happens because of how women's brains are. You know, not every woman alive is that stupid to do something like that. But there's some pretty stupid people in this world, and some of them are that stupid. First of all, a lot of the time, they think they're going to get away with it. They think they're actually going to get away with it. And they had no intention of getting out of the relationship. They just need it. And they just wanted that one-time quick fix type thing from somebody else. That was not her close to perfect boyfriend. And of course, no one is perfect. But when we say perfect, it means close to perfect. It means you're doing everything you should. And yeah, you're everything you should be. You're doing everything you should. That type of stuff can still happen to a high value man. And why? Why does this happen? It happens because, like I said, of how women's brains are. And, from time to time, everyone's going to have some sort of urge. Everyone's going to have, you never know what can happen. You might not, but people can have urges. And I just think women are far more likely to act on those urges than men. Men can feel attracted to a bunch of different women, but he's got his own, and he's not going to do it because he values and respects the relationship and his woman. And I just think, it's not to say men don't ever cheat because it happens, but I just think women can be in the picture perfect situation and do it because they're searching for what's missing. There's so much good going on and they get comfortable with that. They get comfortable with all of the good that's going on. She gets taken care of. She gets food bought for free. She gets this, she gets that. It's almost like, what else can she do? What else can she get? All these things are just given. So it's not even as appreciated as if she was to work hard and get those things herself. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're just given things so easily, there's something about it where you feel like you still want to earn something. So what do these women do? They want to earn something, right? They don't gotta go and buy their own clothes. They don't gotta go and buy their own food. They don't got to work hard to provide for themselves because they're having everything handed to them. So now they get this sense, they feel like they want to earn something. And the thing they choose to earn is another man. So the guy who's doing everything right thinks in his head, oh, I'm doing everything right. Nothing could possibly go wrong. And it goes wrong. Because she has a desire to want to earn something. And that's something that she wants to earn is not something you're going to like too much. If this has ever happened to you. So, it's happened to countless amounts of people. I mean, it's in human nature to have urges. We're not robots. We're not slaves. We are human beings. But somebody with true morals and values, which almost no women have today, would not do such a thing. They'd be grateful for the situation they have. But a lot of the time today, they're going to go and they're going to get something from somebody else. They don't need money from nobody else. They don't need to get clothes from nobody else. They don't need to get their food bought from somebody else. They don't need to get their bills paid from somebody else. They need something from somebody else. Something that they didn't get. And they've gotten plenty of sexual access from you, so they feel, you know what, the only thing that is missing is something new. Something different. So women, you give them the whole world, they will leave you shook. You guys have to understand how to keep a woman in line so that kind of stuff does not happen. And if they don't comply, then goodbye. If they, bro, the things women do, if they just knew how to listen, everything would be just fine. But a huge percentage of the time, they don't know how to listen. They are an absolute slave to their emotions and they're a slave to their urges. They don't care what you have to say. They're just a slave to those things. But if they were to hear you out, things would be different because you could try to keep some women in line. They're not going to listen. And if they don't listen, they're not going to stay in line. But if you do everything for them, they also don't stay in line. So your job as a man is to, keep your woman in line, communicate with your woman, talk to your woman, make sure, you can kind of assign her to some things which is going to keep her busy, which is going to keep her working if she's not doing those things naturally already. I'm just trying to think of things to get you guys to take into consideration with your current woman or your next woman. Because gratefulness comes from hard work. Ungratefulness comes from doing absolutely nothing and having everything handed to you for free. It's in our nature as human beings to put in the work to chase something, to get something. So if you're that dude in her life and she gets used to you, even if you're a high value dude, even if you are attractive, even if you're all these things, you do everything for her, you're pretty much making her life, what's the point of her life at this point? So you guys have to keep your women working to some type of degree, focused on something, because if you leave a woman up to nothing, what do you think she's going to do? That's an emotional, erratic human being. what do you think they're going to do? They're going to have too much time on their hands. They're going to think too much. They're going to start to do things that they shouldn't do because they're thinking too much. They don't have enough to do. And there are stories, bro. There are stories of the big man doing everything for his wife. They'd go on trips together with their kids, and they'd be all together, and this guy's paying for everything, and she's just miserable. Why is she miserable? Because the man's probably happy. The man's probably happy because he's put in the work. He's grinded. He feels good about himself to take his whole family out, protecting, providing, doing everything he should be doing. He's probably in a fantastic mood because he's put in the work. And then you get that trophy wife who's given most of everything. She's just unappreciative of everything because it's just handed to her, handed to her, handed to her. Women want to earn something. Women want to put in the work to earn something. If they're just given everything so easily, they turn into horrible human beings. I'm telling you guys right now. And it's easy for some broke woman who has nothing to say otherwise. Oh, that's not true. Maybe not at this second. Maybe not at this second it wouldn't be true. Maybe you would enjoy it. Maybe you would love having a man who can give you pretty much everything. You would love that at first. Until you get used to it. That's why all of you guys have to understand how this shit works. You guys have to understand how attraction works. You guys have to understand how women actually are. It's not that hard if you think about it. But it's very difficult if you have no clue what you're doing. If you think in your logical brain, oh, well, I've done this stuff, or I've provided for her, I went head over heels for her. She should love me. She should be loyal. She should only want me. She should only be thinking about me. She should only be attracted to me. Wrong. That is logic. Are women logical? Answer the question, are women logical like us? No. So why do you put that on them? That's not how they are. It'll never be how they are. So you guys have to understand how to navigate a woman's emotions and understand where she's at, where she stands, what's going on at all times. You can't let your woman go mentally because she'll go mental. They're not designed to make their own decisions and lead their own way and do all this kinds of stuff. Sure, they can do it for a while until they're stuck looking around, because at some point they need a man to lead them. At some point. They can be young, they can be in their careers, they can be doing some stuff. At the end of the day, they're going to be looking. They're going to be looking, they're going to be looking, they're going to be looking. At the end of the day, they need a fucking man to lead. And they can act all independent. They can act, oh my God, I'm bougie with it. I got my career going. I got all this stuff. I got all my stuff. Da-da-da. Time keeps going. Time keeps going. Time keeps going. And a sense of urgency starts to creep in. They start to get a little bit scared. They're getting a little bit older. And their biological hardwiring kicks in. Where's my man? Where's my man? They start getting paranoid. They know time's ticking. They know a man isn't going to want to lead some older woman who can't even give children now. They know, bro. They know what's up. And they know what men like. And all women know men don't like 304s, which is why they will never tell you their body count. They'll hide that. They'll say it's so low and all this stuff, but meanwhile, they probably got ramshacked about 40 or 50 times by, 40 or 50 different men. So, Yeah. You guys just have to understand this shit for what it is. It's really not that hard. It's just stop thinking that your logic is gonna solve the issue with women. With, your logic is obviously needed for yourself. But when it comes to her, you have to understand how her brain is operating under the realm of emotion. So you have to understand that part. And that your logic don't mean jack shit to her at the end of the day. Try sitting there telling a woman something logically. When she's all up in a mood and she's in her emotions, try telling her something logically. They don't care. It's all about how they feel in that moment. It's all about what you can say to make them feel a certain way. That's all that matters. You try to keep a woman attracted by your super duper logic, have fun. She don't care. It's just about how she feels. Can you make her feel a certain way? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. You're in a relationship, right? And it's lasted a while. It's lasted years. It's going on, it's going on, it's going on. You're going to get tired as a man. You're going to get tired. I'm telling you right now. Every guy is going to get tired. He's just going to want to do his thing. And this can actually cause problems. This can actually cause problems when it comes to you being in a relationship, because a man wants certain things, a woman wants certain things. So if you completely let go and stop putting in thought and effort into her needs, and you start getting too complacent, you start getting too comfortable, you start prioritizing your needs, what you want. You want to watch sports at night, she don't care. She'd rather have you and your time and all this stuff. That's just an example. So, you can lose a woman this way because she's going to feel disconnected. She's going to search somewhere else. And the whole time as a man, you're thinking you're doing nothing wrong. Like, you're just yourself, bro. Like, I'm just me, man. Like, and all this stuff. Well, you're going to be single. You are going to be single because you cannot think of her needs. And sure, yes, you can focus on yourself. You can do things that you like to do. But if you get too caught up in that and you pretty much lose sight of her, you're just content of having her around. You're starting to get annoyed a little bit by her. And you know what? It's not fully your fault, because that sometimes happens, bro. Sometimes when you're with a woman for a while, you can start to get annoyed. Like that shit happens in relationships. So women start to annoy men because they're wanting more from you. They're wanting more from you, but you're wanting the opposite. It's like, I thought I was already giving lots to you emotionally. You want more? You don't, you kind of push away from that. And you need more of your sense of purpose and reality and less of what she wants, and it's not fully your fault. I just think men and women, to stick it out, to gut it out, to ride it out, they have to understand each other better. And I think women leave a lot more because they are far more contingent upon their man making them feel a certain way. When men don't need women to make them feel a certain way. It's not like, oh, we need this love and all this stuff. We don't need that. Men are naturally way more content individually than women are. So, they're far more reliant on you as a man. So if you're not giving them enough and they don't feel like they're getting enough, they're going to get that somewhere else because they need it far more. But you need your independence far more. You need your own time far more. You need to be able to think for yourself far more. You need to stay logically far more. So you know what? Even women like this, a lot of the time, are trouble because they don't understand your roles and your duty as a man. They want so much of you that if they get so much of you, it's going to start to change you as a man, and you're not going to feel like a man no more. You're not going to feel like yourself. So it's a double-edged sword. These women are toxic. They are poisonous. And there is no winning with them. They're just looking for some type of high that some man is going to give them until it fizzles out, it burns, and they have to go somewhere else and somewhere else because they ain't right, bro. They ain't right in the head themselves. I'm telling you full well. This is how it goes. And this is why so many women can cheat on their quote-unquote perfect boyfriends on paper that are high value. Because a high-value dude has a woman that ain't all there. She will leave because she thinks she deserves better, not realizing she's the fucking problem. And that's how the cookie crumbles. I hope I made sense of this video. And you know what? It's not all the time. It's this way. Sometimes it can be a man's fault. Sometimes it can be, but a lot of the time it is not. And if it was, I'd say it is. It's just a lot of the time it's not. A lot of the time women do be needing too much sometimes. Women don't understand that in order for you to get what you want fully out of a man, that requires giving a man space. Not being suffocating, not wanting more and more and more. There's going to be times he gives you a whole lot. You can't expect that 24/7. Because if he needs his space, if he needs his time, you have to know and you have to be mature enough to be able to give him that. And fend for your damn self. Because if you can't fend for your damn self, you ain't no woman. You a little girl. And you gotta go with some other dude who's lower value because he's going to give you this high that you want, but that's a stupid move. Because now you lost a high-value man who was good for you because you wanted a high. That's all you wanted. You wanted a feeling. You wanted a high. You might as well, you're a drug addict. You left health for drugs. That's what a lot of these women be doing, bro. So I hope this video can make sense. It makes perfect sense to me, obviously. And yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to come follow me on Instagram. It's the exact same username as here on YouTube. And also, my website is back up. It went down for half a day or something. I don't know what happened, but it's back up. You guys can check that out in the description box. All my links are there. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.